Like I told you in the last video that we'll be talking about so many things that happened in Bahrain because Bahrain was a full-blown race, and it really brought out a lot of things and a lot of expectations we're going to be having this season. But today, we'll be talking about Verstappen. In subsequent videos, we'll be talking about other drivers and their cars and their teams. But today, we'll be talking about Verstappen, like I said. Verstappen drove a beautiful race yesterday, an outstanding race yesterday. Let us forget about since he won his first championship. By whatever means, by whatever has happened, he has been motivated. Last year, he was having a good car. He was really motivated to win. This year, starting the season where he left off last season, that guy, that young man is well motivated to win races this season. And with what he has, the tool he has, it has shown that he's not going to relent. And I don't see any team stopping them this season. Mercedes are not challenging. I don't see a Ferrari challenge at all this season. I said it myself that I don't see Red Bull winning any championship this season, but I don't know if I'm going to eat my words yet because I don't. I want the championship to be decided through thick and thin. I want the championship to be to be to be a battle. I want the championship to be worked for. Anybody winning the championship should work for it, and we expect Mercedes to come out with to come up with a very very good package. Ferrari too, with what they've done, telling us they are coming up with a good package. But of all the teams, the most improved team on the grid still remains Aston Martin. Mercedes is like the sixth most improved team. Ferrari is like the fifth, to me, the fifth most improved teams. Other teams have done a good job. Our team has done a good job. Alpine has done a good job. Seriously, Alpine has done a good job. Um, Alfa Romeo has done a good job this season. And let's go back to Verstappen. It's just a painful first race of the season. Though enjoyable, seriously, but it's just a painful first race of the season. With all the hypes, with everything, just seeing all these teams just. Well, Verstappen drove well. He was outstanding yesterday. Not just because he has the machinery to do it, but from the beginning of the race, he led through to the end of the race. And for every lap, he was chunking out 6 tenths from the next person to him, who was Charles Leclerc before he retired. He was chunking out 6 tenths per lap. That was massive. There was no way Charles Leclerc was going to get close to him at all in that race. There was no way. They tried the overcut, the undercut. It was not even getting to him. He keeps coming out ahead of the Ferraris. That was a race to enjoy for him, because I felt at some time he would have felt lonely. 12 seconds ahead, he would have felt lonely in the front. He would have just been like, should I wait for these guys, or should I just park somewhere and they meet up, then I leave them again and go. The only issue he was having yesterday majorly was his downshifts. His downshifting means when he's coming down the gears, he was having the rear axle juddering. So whenever it's coming down the gears, that is to hit chicanes or to the slow corners, his rear axles are not having it. Aside from that, it was a beautiful race, and he does not even, at a point, he didn't even need to overcut or undercut anybody to win the race, and he won outstandingly. And we hope at least Aston Martin will be able to give them a challenge this season. That's the only thing we are hoping for, to be able to challenge Red Bull this season. Though I know 100% that Aston Martin is not going to challenge them. I know they can't challenge that Red Bull. That Red Bull is raging, and that Bull is out for crush. It's going to crush any team that comes its way. As we know, George Russell and Toto Wolff has given their verdict after the race yesterday. George Russell believes Red Bull will win every race this season, while Toto Wolff has finally condemned the W14, which was the elder brother that will call the elder problem to the W13, and they've totally he has totally condemned that design. That design would not work for them. So we are hoping they come up with a design, because last year they had two W13s. There was a W13 that they launched with before we saw this podless W13 in test. That was in Bahrain testing last year. So we hope they go back to that and develop that car. For me, I also believe Mercedes would have done well learning through the podless and the way the car developed towards the end of last season. Hoping they are going to give it all this season. Now, with the cost cap, I'm not seeing them being able to design a new car, except they go to that first concept, the first W13 concept with huge side pods, and they develop the car. I think that is when they can have a good car, and we hope they come with that car. That car also will not come with its own bouncing. You understand? So that is the only thing we hope for this season for Mercedes. But as for Red Bull, they are just flying out there, and it is going to take a whole lot of work for any team to come up and challenge that Red Bull. In our next video, we'll be talking about Perez, because Perez did an amazing job for Red Bull yesterday. It was a race for Perez. He was the one that really raced. And to remember, Red Bull locked down the front row during the qualifying. That was during the Q3. And they also locked out the front two positions yesterday, winning the race and also coming second. With a disappointing day for Ferrari, a more disappointing day for Mercedes, and a victorious day for Red Bull, Aston Martin, and Alonso. Thank you for watching this episode. Watch out for the next episode. Ciao. At Exxon F1, our main aim is to bring you the knowledge of Formula One, educate you, bring you the races, how it goes down, help you to understand it more. On our shorts, you'll be seeing some educational terminologies and words that are used during the race that you might not understand. And our long goal is to bring a Formula One race to Africa, possibly Nigeria, and also to educate people and to help in the knowledge transfer of getting Nigerians into some part of Formula One, the racing, which will take a long time, because we need to have good karting category to challenge, to get drivers from the karting categories into the small formulas, the Renault formulas, Formula 4, and other formulas, before we can get a driver to Formula 1. That might take a long time, but that is our goal, to be the bridge to help people realize their dream in Formula 1. Some people may not even know that is where they are meant to be, but our own main aim is to help them to navigate and realize that goal, and also to help people to grow in the engineering, the other administrative aspect of the game. If possibly a billionaire in Nigeria want to buy to buy a team in Formula One, or be one of the sponsors, so that they can see that we have the quality hands that will do it, which will also help in aiding how our engineering develop as a nation, because with people, with young people, young graduates, or young entrepreneur, young engineers learning the engineering of Formula One, the CFD, the fluid dynamics, and all the parts of Formula One, we'll find ourselves growing in car development, because the cars you see today, most of the technologies are well tested in Formula One before they become today's technology. And if you have people there, it will help our technical know-how to build good mechanics, good engineers, and it also promotes the revenue generation for a nation. It's part of our dream to bring karting, to bring this race to Nigeria and to Africa also, and to help an African, a young African, to help a young African to realize his dream, not just in Formula One, but being an engineer and being part of this world. It will also create a lot of employment for a lot of people, and this will take a lot of people out of the street. That is our main aim. That is why we have this channel. If there's a way you can support, we'd love you to come on board, work with us. I would love to work with you. Thank you.